If you don't understand the central banks, you don't understand the markets. So what even is a central bank? Central banks like the Federal Reserve, they control the country's money supply, interest rates, and help keep the financial system stable. So we can say that they are basically the market makers of the entire economy. So why does we care as traders? Central banks, they make decisions that move gold, indexes, forex, bonds, and even crypto. So if we ignore the bank's condition, we're basically just trading blind. So here's the two main jobs that the central bank does. There are two priorities. Number one is to keep the price stable. They keep the inflation around 2%. This is generally their target. And they need to maximize employment. They need to support strong job growth. So everything that they do revolves around balancing between inflation versus jobs. So when the jobs are weak, or we can say employment rises, central banks' response is to cut rates. And what this means for traders is that gold can rise, index can rally, and dollar often weakens, and markets become risk on. Lower rates becomes more borrowing, which means more spending and more liquidity. So when the inflation is high, the general response is to raise rates. And what this means for us is that gold often drops, stocks pull back or risk off, and dollar strengthens and volatility increase. When there's higher rates, money becomes more expensive and less market speculation. So how do they control the economy? Central banks use a few key tools. Number one is the interest rates, which is the most important one, bond purchases or QT, and reserve requirements. So each tool affects liquidity, risk appetite, and the currency value, which are critical for traders. So what do you need to do right now? Before entering a trade, ask yourself, is the central bank easing or tightening? Is inflation going up or down? Is unemployment improving or worsening? Is the tone from the last meeting hawkish or dovish? So trading becomes much easier when you trade in line with the macro environment. And that is why